Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Wilson here with my good friend and co-host Adrian Wright, and this is The Supernatural and Beyond. Well, we've been talking a little bit off camera about what's really going on in the world. It's not that hard to see. You look over in the Middle East, we've got, all of the different factions warring with each other, death, destructions, I don't want to say civilizations, but whole cities have been destroyed, laid to ruin. Yeah. So what's really going on? The ancient text tells us of a time of chaos.
Yes.
And if this ain't the time of chaos, I don't know what is with everything that's been going on. What are your thoughts on some of the things that's been going on in the world?
Well, it's kind of like, the book of Revelations and stuff. There'll be wars and rumors of wars
right.
and, these mass shootings and terrorist attacks and global catastrophes like earthquakes, snowstorms.
Flooding in the U.S., yeah. It's just
flooding, the Mississippi River Valley and all that kind of stuff going on. And, the Messiah says, to take courage, to take strength. He says, these things will happen, but the end is not yet near.
Yeah.
I think what we need to focus on is like the end time harvest, stay into the spiritual realm of things and know that these are just distractions going on in the spirit realm, attacking the physical realm and manifesting.
Yeah. Good point. And it takes me back. It makes me think about in the beginning, again, when the Creator gave to Adam and Eve the dominion of the entire planet. He says, go overcome, rule over it, and conquer it.
Yeah, take dominion.
Yeah. Now, all of those things implies that there is an enemy out there that you're going to have to go and actually take them out.
Yeah.
Kill them.
Yes.
Get them out of the way so that you can establish your rule and the things that you want to do. 9 times out of 10, most of those opponents are not going to want to cooperate with you, and it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a fight from the beginning, from the time you get there to the time you finally get everything squared away. So one of the things that I have noticed that in the world, if you look on social media,
right,
they're always trying to paint this very bright and rosy picture, all sunshine and rainbows.
And unicorns.
Yeah. And actually, it's not that way. We are in a war, and there are no safe zones. Everybody is involved. There's 2 words that come to mind: collateral damage and or casualties of war.
Okay.
I mean, it's sad that, you don't want to have anything to do with what's really going on, but yet you're still subject to it. And what I want to talk about now is the active combatants. Those of us that have made a decision to get in the game, to get in the fight.
Right.
And once we get in the fight, now the enemy is fighting against us. So, I mean, how many times have you had an opportunity to do hey, this is really going to be a good project. I'm going to go out and feed the homeless. And then, everybody's going to be happy. We're going to sit around the campfire saying kumbaya. But then as soon as you start thinking in those terms, the car breaks down.
Yeah, attacks happen.
Things happen.
Your food process falls through.
Yeah.
Like people that were going to donate food falls through, or clothes or whatever falls through. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is what we want to let everybody know now, is that once you start getting involved in the realm of the supernatural, the unseen realm, it's game on.
Yeah.
The enemy's coming after you, and he's going to come after you in ways you didn't even think possible. Like we all have our little weaknesses and idiosyncrasies, those things that we know we shouldn't be doing, those guilty pleasures, those guilty sins. Everybody wants to walk on the wild side until the dark side pulls them in.
Yeah. And it strings you along, makes you think, I can get away with this, I can get away with that, and it just sucks you in. And it's like back in the beginning, Adam and Eve were deceived by the serpent. Well, if I can just, try this apple, try this forbidden fruit, did God really say not to eat this? And going back to the garden, God had given that power and that authority to Adam and Eve to rule, take dominion, be fruitful, multiply, right? And so when they were deceived by the serpent, they lost that, And now that the Messiah has risen from the grave, who's called the second Adam, he's given us that same power. Yeah. He's given us that same power. He's given us that same authority. So the ways to use that is to, number 1, know the Messiah. Number 2, to know and to understand that you have that power, you have that authority. And then number 3 is to go out and just use it. Start making those declarations. Start shutting down the forces of darkness. You kind of got to be like, confident in who you are as a child of God, as a co-heir with Christ, the Messiah, and you got to go out and you got to take the dominion. And how God brought all the animals to Adam?
That brought all the animals.
And he named them, right? So that's kind of showing us that there's power in our words. Okay, so when you go and you take the dominion, you got to watch what you say. You prophesy from your mouth either life or you prophesy death. So if you're speaking like, hey, we're going to go out and we're going to do this outreach and we're going to feed the homeless, we're going to give clothes to those that need clothes, or we're going to do this missionary trip or whatever, you got to be speaking the life into it, even though the forces of darkness come and they try to shut down this connection or they try to shut down this connection. You always say God's going to make a way. There's going to be a way made, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to push forward.
Yeah, I want to kind of take a little rabbit trail. You mentioned the serpent. In my research, I have discovered that word that's been translated as serpent is actually nakash.
Okay.
Which in the Hebrew, that means shining one.
Shining one.
So if we substitute that back in the Garden of Eden, it's not so much that Eve or Adam and Eve were talking to a serpent per se, but it was speaking to a shining one,
right,
a celestial being that was in fact trying to get them off the path that the Creator had put them on.
Correct. Yeah, so the shining one deceived them, right?
Yes.
And when you look at scripture, it says that the devil, Satan, the opposer, those that oppose us, he can appear as an angel of light. So he's had that power from the get-go. He still has that power from now. So part of going out, taking dominion, part of walking in the supernatural realm is not being deceived. So to do that, you have to know the Creator. You have to hold on and actually absorb the Holy Scripture in your spirit being, in your heart, in your body, in your soul. Like, read it daily, understand it, pray for the Spirit of the living God to give you revelation, and you grow in that relationship, and that gives you that power and that gives you that authority, because all of heaven is backing you up, and you move forward and you shut down that demonic, that evil spiritual realm.
And that's, I'm really glad you said relationship, because that's what it's all about. A lot of people think that, there's a guy up in the sky with a beard and he's going to, get you if you do this or you don't do that. It's more about relationship. He wants to give you everything that you need to be successful in life.
100%. Yeah.
And what that you were speaking earlier about speaking with him, that's what the word prayer means: communication or dialogue with a deity. And the word dialogue is two people talking. You and I are having a dialogue. Exactly.
Right.
So once we get reestablished that connection between the Creator, through his one unique Son, that's Yeshua, now we're able to move forward and to do those things that we need to do. Finding a good congregation where they're actually teaching you something as opposed to just giving you the pie in the sky routine.
Yes.
That's very critical. And I want to tell everybody out there, if you have any questions that we have maybe caused to come to mind, contact us. Write to us.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment, and we'll get back with you. If a friend has ever invited you to a church gathering or to a home Bible study or anything like that, hey, now might be the time to go ahead and check that out, just to see if this is something that's for you.
Yeah, check that out. That might be actually the Creator opening up a door for you to come in, because maybe you've thought in your mind like, hey, is there more to this Jesus guy? Is there more to God? Is there more to life than what's really going on? And, the Creator, he usually speaks to those close around us. So he will open a door for you to come in. And we want to know what you guys think. So feel free to leave your comments down below. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more content, and follow us at The Supernatural and Beyond.